Hi guys, it's EG's here. So today I'm here with another decided deck profile. And this time we'll be covering the Vyrgilla deck. And this one, because I'm playing the JP format, so I actually did get the Coro comic starter and basically use the content inside with a little bit changes to play the deck. And the deck, well, is a very fast deck. You win fast, you lose fast, but at the same time it's actually quite fun to play with if your opponents somehow just get off guard with it. So it's very fun, and let's go into it. Now the right line is totally the Vyrgilla right deck. So when you go from 1 to 2, you just need to soul blast 1 and run into this. So the only chance you need to discard is when you go from 0 to 1 and when you go from 2 to 3, right? And then when you go from 2 to 3, then you can actually look at top 7 to find a grade 2 at your hand. If you actually write a grade 3 Vyrgilla, instead of looking at 7, you look at the whole deck. So that's basically search what you want. Also, not to miss that the Shooting Star Vyrgilla will also get a skill where, as a Vanguard Circle X skill, if you have 4 more regards, you just reveal the grade 3 Vyrgilla, and then you will just gain a crit. And with the finish move order, you can actually hit very big with crit early game, which if your opponent isn't having somehow a surge to get themselves a PG in hand, they will be in trouble. They will definitely be in trouble. And I've seen one of the Japanese YouTubers, when they play with this deck, they actually pull out the Dragon Empire OT when this card gain a crit and almost win the game just there. So it can be very, very scary. But do note that you need to discard for 2 times there. So there is something that if you want to discard, those are the moments. Now going to the main deck, first we have our person ride. Definitely important because we do Zovas quite a lot, so Souls is definitely important. Not to also mention about what the Gravely does. It does a few things. First is the active skill once per turn. You can energy blast 3, and then bind one of your opponent's regards, and then from your drop zone to call a grade 2 unit card up to 1 to regard circle. So it basically is your main attacker, which just brings you victory, and it's a very good card. You will see it in a bit. And then when this card attacks, by counter blasting 1, you can choose a grade 2 regard to stand it up. So basically, you just every single time call the same thing, and then make it restand, so you can do it 4 attacks. Very, very simple. And the grade 2 that you will be keep calling will be just a little vanilla Azura. So this is a 15k attacker, and you can only call this when your Vanguard is Vyrgilla. So nothing too much fancy about that. And then you have your Vanguard, which is a grade 3 support card and only helping your Azura. Because when this unit is placed on Regard Circle in a Soul Blast 1, here comes the Soul Blast. Just one of your units with SOR in its card name, and that unit and this unit get plus 5k at the end of turn. If your opponent is grade 3 or higher, they will both get 10k instead of 5. So it will be a 23 and 25, which is quite big. And then at the end of the turn, if you have a grade 3 or higher Vanguard with a Vyrgilla in its card name, and you play an ultimate skill order, or basically the finishing move this turn, then you can put this card into soul, drawing card, and counter charge 1. But do remember, if you didn't play the order, you don't get to do it. So do be careful about that. And then another important support card for your SOR is the Cosmar. So this is a very cute card and with quite a bit of skills. First one, because of once per turn, when this unit boosts a unit with SOR in its card name, you can energy charge one. So it helps you to gain energy faster, and because you will be energy blasting free every single turn, so that extra one can somehow bring you to a 7 energy blast to draw one, which is very, very great. But it is a indeed a once per turn thing, and you normally only have one on the field, so it's basically energy charge one per turn, basically. And then backward Riga circle, when this unit with when your unit with SOR in its card name stand during a battle phase, stand this unit. So basically your Vanguard skill stand this, you will stand this. So they will always be on the same column. They will always be hitting 23k. If the more power you give to them, they hit harder. For example, your fanfare skill, just creating a 2 attacks 33k column, right? And if you person right, then it's 43. So yeah, just simple as that. And then we have our another key card, which is Inductance Dragon. So this, if you have a grade 3 or higher Vanguard with Vyrgilla in its card name, it will get boosted. So it's a 10k boost when you add grade 3 basically. And then when this unit is placed on Riga circle from hand, if you have a Vanguard with a Vyrgilla in its card name, so one of the top 7 cards of the deck, choose up to 1 ultimate skill card from among them or finishing move, basically, and put it into your hand, shuffle the deck. So it's the Order Searcher. And then I'm also using the Jin to trying to search orders. Jin of Trusting Luck. So the skill is when this card is discarded from hand during your turn, look at top 5 cards of the deck, choose up to 1 normal order from among them, and put it in your hand, shuffle the deck. So just basically when you go from 0 to 1 and when you're going to from 2 to 3, that's how you are going to use it. Else probably not going to help you too much, but if you are trying to like you're willing to pay a little bit more, then you can actually use the ride cost, the energy blast ride cost instead of this. So you turn the searching chance into actually a draw, and that can also help you defensively. So it's possible, but I'm just trying to kind of keep it as is. So I'm using free, and that only gives you free as well, so it's just somehow just fit. But if you want to upgrade it, definitely change this to energy blast. I want to feel how good this card is. I think it is actually helping other decks a little bit more instead of this one. So yeah, there we go. Alright, and next there is another great one that I want to tell, which is Dragrita Jabel or Jabel. So this is, if this card is discarded from hand during your turn, you may put this card into your soul. If you're grade 3 or higher Vanguard with Vyrgilla in its card name, choose one of your Vanguard and it gets plus 5k at the end of the turn. It unfortunately it isn't helping you too much, so if there is a chance that I'm going to switch, I probably will try to turn it into something else. But during your early stages, when you go from 0 to 1 and when you go to 2 to 3, where you don't have the order yet, then the extra 5k can sometimes just being helpful. But then this card can only works if you have a grade 3 or higher Vyrgilla. So when you go from 0 to 1, even if you discard it, you can't actually get the power, but you can still put it into your soul. So it's okay, but you usually just use it for early rushing tag. So yeah, but if you want to turn it into something else, you can turn it into something that actually provides you shield value. For example, the Stealth Dragon, very long time ago, they can become like a 15k shield. That could be something great, I guess. And maybe later we can have more generic great ones, like for Dark States they get something that can just simply energy charge 1, right? So if we get something very similar to that, then you can actually apply that as well. And then PGs, they were giving us these starter PGs, but I'm turning them to the booster PG so that I can have a more flexibility in guarding. And because this deck, the hand size is so small, they actually need this kind of PGs for you to just survive. And then the comic promo here, that is basically the Energy Blast Ride cost thing that you can choose to counter blast 1 or Energy Blast 3 when you use it for your Ride deck, discarding this. Then you remove this from the game and draw 1 card. And it can also be a 25k shield if you need to. When you use this as a Blitz Starter, you can counter blast 1 or Energy Blast 3. You get to draw 1 and put it and then remove this card from play. Choose your Vanguard to get plus 15k. If your soul or drop zone has a card that is with the same name as your Vanguard and you are willing to bind that, you'll get a 25k shield, so that will help you to survive longer, which is very, very nice. So, and it's basically fitting the theme, so I'm putting this in as well. And then we have our finishing move, which is the Starter's Blade, which looks very nice, especially if you did play Body Fight. It's basically the same style. So you play this with a counter blast 1, and if you have a Vanguard with a Vyrgilla in its card name, which basically you will do, look at top 5 cards of the deck, choose up to 1 unit card with grade less than or equal to your Vanguard from a mountain, call it the Rewrite Circle, shuffle your deck, and then choose your Vanguard, and it gets auto Vanguard Circle. When your Regard is retired by your opponent's card ability, search your deck for up to 1 normal unit card to Rewrite Circle and shuffle your deck, which unfortunately won't be helpful. And then another skill with a continuous Vanguard Circle, this unit will get plus 3k for each normal unit on your Rewrite Circle and in your drop until end of turn. So the plus 3k is basically what you needed, because the more you have in your drop, the more you have on the field. That means you have a stronger Vanguard. And because at your grade 2, when you're a Shooting Star, you are aiming to gain the crit. So you already have 4 Regards on this field. So when you play this order, that means you already plus 12. And then the more cards that you actually have in your drop zone that are normal unit, then the more power you will gain. And it makes your grade 2 crit a lot easier to hit as an attack. So there we go. And then triggers. Dragon Empire OT. Nothing much more to say about that. You hit hard, so you want to restand and do something a lot bigger. And then for crits, I am just using 7 crits. I don't use the sewing crit, even though it helps, but because this deck is really having a very low hand size, if you don't change the Jin into the Energy Blast, draw 1. So it doesn't help by playing a crit down unless you are trying to go for a win or lose situation, and then the soul in doesn't matter at all, because if you can't win that turn, that means you're losing next turn, so it completely doesn't matter. So I'm just keeping it basic, but then because we are restanding Regard, so I'm using the 20k fronts so I can get the defensive, and if I actually pull it out when I'm on grade 3, then it can turn things around. It can, because we're hitting so big already. Make it bigger, your opponents can't guard unless they have PGs. So there you go. And then keep it simple. 4 normal heals. You don't need to be very fancy. You're not completely playing a long game because you only survive for a turn or 2 when you're on grade 3. That's basically it. Yeah. So the playstyle is so easy. You go into grade 2, play your order, get 4 regards, gain your crit, swing. Hopefully your opponents don't have any PGs. You go in, strike them hard, go into grade 3, strike them even harder, do 4 attacks. Make sure you have this, make sure you have your cost more, and then draw your cards and just be a hero, win or lose in a turn or two, right? Because heroes are only appearing on a short time, and they are just going to give you the victory you need in a short time, or they will have to lose in a short time. So yeah, it's a very fast deck, and you really know you're losing or winning very easily. But given that it's a very cheap deck, because like basically the right line itself is commons and rares, and then you basically grab the whole deck by buying a copy of Koro comic, and then you can just probably take these out for the draws, take 1 to 2 of these out, maybe for a cat, and then for defensive tactics as well, you can choose to do that, because if you are using the energy blast to draw, then you can return that and use that again, and then get yourself this, which should be cheap, and then getting yourself this, getting yourself some upgrades on the front. If you can't, then you just use the normal one and get yourself some crits, then you're ready. So it's so cheap to not try it out. That's why I bought myself like 3 sets of the deck already. So if I want to make it differently, I can, but I want to try the easiest way to make it first, and I also let you know what other upgrades you can do. You can also use like Shenry if you really want to, because you are playing the normal order, the finishing move, so that can help you out. And if your opponents don't have a lot of regards, then you will be activating the skill anyway. Some other options will be like discard a card, then from your deck just pick up a normal order and drop it, or just drop down an order. I think that great one, you can use that one as well. If you really somehow like me that searches so many times and never find the finishing move for a whole game, then you can choose that as well. There are some backup plans, because the great one is okay to put in soul, but then it doesn't do too much. I tried it, it can be better, so we are looking for other options. And then I did say the cat, because it doesn't matter for the content in your right line anymore. Once you go into your periphery, and you will be soul blasting a lot anyway, so why don't just fully utilize it and change it into something else, right? So yeah, I think that's it I need to tell about the deck and some upgrades that you can do. If you have any questions about this deck, feel free to let me know. I do want to like fully upgrade this, but I think I need to actually look for them. So yeah, hopefully I can do that, and it's going to be cheap anyway. Yeah, so I think that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe for more deck profile, unboxing, deck fight videos, comments. Let me know your thoughts. Any more other decks you want to see, you can try to let me know. Maybe if I do play those nations, then I can try to work something out. And I think that's it for today. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Signing off.